Finding Hope, Recovery Pathfinder number 1. In this presentation, we will talk about hope and how important it is to your wellness and recovery. Even if you have been struggling for many years, there is still hope for a fresh start. We will focus on increasing positive thinking as we look at our strengths and our value to others. Goals and objectives. The first goal is to increase feelings of hope. To identify hope as the first step in the recovery process. To share one or more of your strengths. To describe a way you can increase positive thinking. And to explain the meaning of a positive word and why it is important to you. What is hope? Hope is a focus on a better future. It involves positive thinking. Hoping is knowing that people can and do overcome barriers and solve problems they have in their lives. Hope is the beginning of the recovery process, the first step that helps you to move forward toward your health and your wellness. What does hope mean to you? What do you think makes it hard for you to have hope? As you grow and change during your life, your attitude and decisions can make a big difference as you move forward. Now I'm going to read a story called Decorating for Christmas by Elaine, the RN. I always feel a sense of hope when I take out my Christmas decorations. As I carefully decide where to put them, then I stand back and admire how the decorations once again transformed our home into a Christmas wonderland. Every year I say to myself, I should take a picture of everything so that I remember just where to put them for next year. Surely this must be the best job of decorating that I have ever done. But I never get around to taking those pictures, and the Christmas season comes and goes. When the next year rolls around, I decorate the very same house with the very same decorations, but it turns out totally different. Each year, I think this must be the best job that I've ever done. It's amazing how beautiful those simple Christmas ornaments are. It made me wonder, how can it look better every year when it's the same house and the same decorations? Then it occurred to me that the only thing that was changing each year was me. I must have learned new things and thought of other ways to arrange things since the year before. Also, I was enjoying the beauty of the season more deeply with each passing year. You are also learning and growing and becoming more mature and thoughtful each year. The changes you go through are part of making you just what you should be in each season of life. You can hope for answers, and you have been searching for, and they might be just around the corner. The passing of time can help a person to heal. Each year also gives us a new chance to make self-improvements. Even though we may struggle with depression, anxiety, or other illnesses, we must never give up hope on ourselves and our recovery. We should be willing to try again, because things might turn out better each time. The results of our efforts can decorate our lives differently with each passing year. How does this story relate to your life? What are some ways that you have improved over the years? How do you decorate your life? Each new positive thought or coping skill takes you closer toward wellness, even though you and your situation will change throughout the years. As you look at the recovery steps on the next slide, think of them as a framework for your health. The first recovery step is hope, believing in success. Next is security and safety, feeling safe and cared for. Support and managing symptoms, using your support systems. Empowerment means taking responsibility and learning new skills. Healthy relationships, developing caring connections and friendships. Coping, learning ways to help yourself feel better and to manage your stress. Last is finding meaning, reflecting on your life's purpose and finding ways of healing. Recovery steps focus on the positive. Try to see the bright side, like thinking of a glass as half full instead of half empty. There's usually something positive, even if it seems bleak. Or think of something neutral, somewhere in between. An example: a young woman broke up with her fiancé after he yelled at her for spending her money on some clothes. She didn't like his anger and his strict rules. She was very sad, but was able to see something positive. At least I found out how controlling he was before we were married. It would have been much harder for me to leave him after we were already married. Ways to build hope. Try to see your strengths instead of your weaknesses. Focus on positive things that other people see about you, not the negative things you tend to see about yourself. You can build hope by thinking about your islands of competence. Imagine mounds of sand that grow around a palm tree. The island becomes more solid as you see your strengths and build on them. As the islands grow larger, you gain more self-esteem and more positive feelings. Islands of competence are ways to see and store up your strengths. People you know, work with, live with, or are friends with are already aware of your strengths. They are already counting on you and your talents for many things. You may not know how competent you really are. As your positive thinking and your island grows, you will be able to share your strengths and help each other even more. Building your islands of competence. List an example of how you have been competent in these following areas: trusted, loved, depended on, understood, healthy, in control, inspiring hope. If you don't have strengths in every area, list at least 3. Some possible strengths. Trusted. You don't spread gossip when other people tell you personal things. Loved. By your family, friends, kids, grandkids, pets, and even God. Depended on. For child or pet care, caring for friends or neighbors, being a volunteer, or helping out at church. Understood or understand. Trying to walk in the other person's shoes as they confide in you. Healthy. Eating right, exercising, adding coping skills. In control. Being calm and helpful when you are needed. Inspiring hope. Showing others that they can succeed, encouraging them to get support and education. Other ways to build hope. Increase self-esteem. People with healthy self-esteem have an inner voice that is positive and reassuring. People with low self-esteem may have an inner voice that is critical and punishing. Increase confidence. It can come from having positive life experiences. That's why you should always keep trying. Within each of us, there is a conflict between our positive experiences and our negative ones. Many people find it far easier to think of negative experiences than positive ones, but try to keep your thoughts more balanced. Take a mindfulness break. Position yourself for relaxation. Settle into your breath. Experience your thoughts as they go through your head. Be present, but do not judge your thoughts or latch on to them. Let your thoughts go as you breathe out. Spend a few minutes focusing on only the here and the now, where you are safe and where you are cared about. It is good to spend time relaxing or being mindful. It is hard to feel hopeful when you are depressed or when you are stressed out. It's okay to ask a friend, family member, or someone on your healthcare team to hold on to hope for you until you are ready to feel hopeful again. Balancing. Think of the image of a chemist's scale to balance your positives and negatives. When one side goes down, the other side goes up. Try to focus on positive experiences and reduce the time you spend thinking of negative experiences. Read the Positive Words Discussion Guide. Which 3 are the most important in your life, and why? Be more balanced. Add more positives by making healthy lifestyle changes, doing fun, relaxing, or social things. Learn new skills and ways of coping so you can stop negative thinking. Forgive yourself when you aren't able to do everything you want to do. Remind yourself that you aren't perfect. No one is. Be kind to yourself, even if you don't feel like you always deserve it. Remind yourself of your strengths and your achievements. Get help and support from others. In conclusion, when hope and self-esteem are low, think about the positive words you can relate to. Your relationships and behaviors tend to be healthier when you avoid negative thinking. Focusing on your strengths can help a lot. Positive thinking leads to more positive actions that add more balance and hope to your life. Hope is vital to wellness and successful recovery. Recovery is a process that takes time and effort. Finding hope is an important first step.